Good morning, warriors. Fernando here, God's Prepared Warrior, and I have a prepping tip for you today. So I'm going to start off with a story of what I do, and then I'm going to transition to what we're doing today. So I ride a motorcycle, and one of the things that I do when I'm riding my motorcycle is that I have to pay attention for everyone else. Motorcyclists have to really pay attention to the people that are driving around them, because a lot of times people driving in cars don't see motorcyclists, and that's why there's such a big push for share the road programs for motorcyclists. And so I tell you that because when I ride, I have the tendency to really watch where people are. And one of the things that I practice when I ride is, where is my exit? Because in the event that I really need to let go of the bike, I have to know where I'm going to go. For example, if there is a huge collision in front of me, I have to know which way I'm going to dump my bike. I know that sounds scary, but that's just the thought that I have to have all the time. Because I don't want to die, I have to make sure that I have an exit to exit, right, when I ride. So I tell you that scary thing because this is something that I do when I ride my motorcycle. And I'm going to now transition to, this is a prepping tip, not in the sense of riding motorcycles, but you need to know your exits, right? In any crisis, whether it is a fire, whether it is civil unrest that just happens before you, whether it is a terrorist attack, whether it's just a deranged person wherever you are, or it's a natural disaster, right? Knowing how to get out quickly and safely can save lives. So I would encourage you to today take the time to walk through your home, walk through your workplace, or even maybe walk through your church and identify all of the possible exits, right? If you're at a restaurant, you'll know because there's an exit sign, right? Identify all of that, all of the possible exits that are in that place, and, practice different routes with your family or your team, especially under low light or stressful conditions, right? I would encourage you to also plan multiple evacuation routes. I'm always going to tell you, you have to have a plan, right? So plan those multiple evacuation routes, maybe from your neighborhood. How do you get out of your neighborhood? What if the Chinese start, parachuting down on us? Not to quote a famous movie or anything, but, what does that look like? How do you get out? I live in a cul-de-sac, so, there's only one way out. So, it's important to, know your neighbors and say, hey, in an event, I just want you to know that, this is what we're going to do, right? Your neighborhood, maybe, if the city's in crisis, right? And then understand that roads might be blocked. And so as you plan your evacuation routes for whatever that is, make sure you have several options, not just one. Don't rely on GPS alone. You need to have those maps. You can get them really cheap at a gas station or at a grocery store. Grab those paper maps. Even I would even take sections of them, depending on where your route is, right? And laminate them so that you're able to dry erase mark on them and plan your routes that way. And it's important to share that information with your family, right? So keep those printed maps, understand and learn how to use them, because you know we've relied on GPS already for so long now. You know, it's important to remember how to use those maps again, right? So that way you're able to mark your primary and your backup routes, which is important. So, you know, guys, preparedness isn't just about supplies. And I know we talk a lot about that, but it's also about awareness, and it's also about action. So guys, I hope that you're having a great Thursday today, and just wanted to encourage you to keep prepping, keep looking at your plans, practice with your preps, and just be ready. Not for everything, but for anything, right? All right, guys, I will thank you for checking out our videos, and I hope they bring value into your life. And remember, we trust in the Lord, and all that we do, we don't prep out of fear, we prep out of faith. And so, guys, have a great Thursday, and look forward to seeing you in the next video.